So there's this saying that says it takes over 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. But forget that. After 10,000 photos, I thought it'd be interesting to see what it would look like recreating some of my favourite photos from over 3 years ago when I had less than 10,000 photos. So we're about to head into central London to see exactly what that would look like. Down the street. So I forgot to say, all of these photos are going to be taken on the a5100. This was the camera that these photos were originally taken on. My first location for tonight is going to be St Paul's Cathedral, where I captured this long exposure that is going to be somewhere on screen right now. And as we say, the idea right now is to see what we can do or how I can take this shot differently 3 years down the line, if there's anything that I can do to take the shot differently. So yeah, let's go. I'm probably going to do a quick warm-up shot, basically recreating the exact same shot that I had before, which is basically where these guys are sort of set up right now, but I don't want to be stepping in their shot and ruining their image. And for my recreation, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet, but I'm thinking about setting the camera on top of that phone box there and trying to shoot a little bit further down and seeing what we can do from there with it. But we'll see what happens. Don't know why, I think I only took 2 shots. Yeah, I'll set up for the other one. Yeah. So the frame I've gone with is up here, which is capturing more of the road. We're still having St Paul's in the back, and now we're still just waiting for a bus to come through and get into frame. But we'll see how this one's going to work. So that's the first location wrapped up. To be fair, it probably could have gone a bit better. Unfortunately, there was already people that was taking photos in the spot, and they were pretty much exactly where I wanted to be sitting to get my first image. I tried a little something different with the second. My tripod's gone a bit funny, so every time you press the shutter button, it's got a little swivel in it now, so more than likely there's going to be some movement in those photos, but I don't know how exactly they're going to look until I get them back into editing software to see exactly what they are saying. But hopefully there's something there, and it's definitely different from the shots that I've taken from this location previously. So yeah, we're gonna head over to the second one and see what we can do. But before we go, just take a last little look at this view. Got to appreciate that one, right? Alright, cool. So we've now arrived in Bank, and we're not going to spend too much time here, so we're going to quickly grab one shot. Up on the screen now is the previous shot that I got from here, and yeah, keep watching and you'll see tonight's shot. So the last time I done it, I think it was somewhere over there, and it was a rush one. So I think I'm just going to do it here this time. Yeah, I think so. I'm just going to sit on this bench and take something. I'm going to long expose another bus. But I'm going to put my feet in it to give a different subject. This proof's in the pudding, I guess, on that one. We'll see what that one looks like right at the end. Oh, woo. Oh shit, no. Oh. Yeah, man. I'm not even going to chimp on it, I'm just going to wait for that one. You're going to wait, yeah? Yeah, I'm going to wait on that one. Say no more. That is one for the hard drive. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, let's head.
that splash. One wrong move, that's your ass. Do the dash, keep a stash, just in case they tryna flash. Never lie, we don't slack. Tell her I was running back. I don't brag, I'm relaxed. I'm not into all of that, yeah.
So we're at last spot over at Tower Bridge, and I'm going to be taking the last shot of the night. My original shot that I had intended doesn't look like it's going to be working, so I've gone to the second spot of this location where I'm going to basically get probably one of my favourite shots that I've got back then anyway, so it was well worth doing. So here we are, this is it. Simply the idea of this shot is using this leading line here, which frames up the shard here. And we're going to see what we can do to make this one slightly a little bit different, but my original one looked sort of something like that. But you'll see that in frame anyway. So that's pretty much wrapped up now. I'm going to be heading home, taking a look at these photos, get some edits done, see what they look like. So we're back home, and it's been a good few weeks since those photos were taken, so I've had time to properly look at them, digest, and kind of give my opinion on how I think those photos look. So the first photo over at St. Paul's, the left being the original, the right being the recreation. I don't think I've done the best of jobs as a recreation on this one. What I had in mind just didn't translate to what came out. But in saying that, I think the first photo that I took, which is near enough a one-to-one recreation of the phone box in St. Paul's with the trail, I think that is a much better photo than my very first attempt a couple of years back. It looks a lot cleaner, and the fact that it's in landscape just puts more actually in the image for me. So the second photo over in Bank, I didn't shoot it in the same position that I did the first time round, so you could argue, is that a recreation or not? That's up to you. My whole point of it was to go to the same sort of places and see what I could do differently, but kind of call it a recreation. For this one, I do like the concept, I do like the composition, but I think it would have worked better in landscape as well. Reasoning for this is that it feels like I'm trying to push too much into a vertical frame, and I think it just needed a bit more space to breathe. So that's something that I would consider if I was to do this one again next time round. This is my whole Instagram mindset, like basically shooting everything in vertical, and it's something that I just need to get out of, to be fair. Finally, again, vertical, near enough the same image. The only difference here really is the fact that I've got a wider lens, which is cropping in a little bit more compared to my original, and the fact that I've put myself in the frame as well, just to give a bit more of a subject in there. And I'm torn between this one because I still like the original and I like the one that I captured, although I think there are things that I could have done differently in the second capture. I think I would have come down a little bit more just to get a bit more height on the top, try and light myself up a little bit more, and possibly take an extra step in to get very, very similar to what the first one looked like. But all in all, I think this one's half and half to me. I like both of them equally, I think. So that was me recreating photos with the a5100. Did you prefer the originals or did you prefer the new ones? Let us know in the comments. If you like this video, drop it a like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe, it helps out. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. And until the next video, peace out.